is Marianah Lourens met Kuns en Vermaak. Ja, Marianah Lourens in art and entertainment. And I am here at the Marine Hotel in a lovely small boardroom. Not always used to this. And I think the acoustics are quite right with someone who should know him. He's nodding his head. I am here with, I don't know who I'm with. Am I with Conrad Koch or am I with Chester missing? Or am I with Helen?
Variety of personalities.
Is it
Helen's not in the show. No, Helen's
is Helen not in the show? But
No,
there
Helen's
is
not
a
in the show.
Helen.
There is a Helen. There's a Hilton in Ostrich.
Oh, a Hilton?
A Hilton called Ostrich, but Chester used to dress up like Helen Zilla. So, yeah.
So it's like a bit of a political slant takeoff.
When I do that one, then he dressed up like Helen Zilla, and Helen would talk to the audience and just be rude to them, sort of like Helen's front. And it's just Helen's voice quite well, you just calm down everybody. I'm here to just tell you to all, just go away.
Yes, and she's very correct,
You don't mess around with Helen.
You can't mess around with her.
Well, you can actually, because I have several times, but...
Yes, but what I'm saying, she has got a sense of humor.
Oh, yes, of course.
I actually admire her for the work she's done because I'm older. I grew up in that era, and when I was exposed to all the wrongs that were done, and she was imprisoned for going against the then government.
For speaking the truth. And
for speaking the truth.
Absolutely.
She was a student. She was imprisoned for standing with the black student. So I admire her totally. So, well, you can remember that.
Great area. It's a great area there. I mean, I wouldn't want to make that the topic of this interview, and that the show is not about that.
And this is not about politics.
Well, I mean, everything's. I have this is not to be that guy, but I have a master's degree in social anthropology, so everything is about politics, but I don't focus on it right now. With Helen's complex, because it's about how we remember the past and acknowledge what apartheid did to people of color, which means I, as a white South African, am not sitting in this room talking to you purely by luck or my own hard work. It's because someone kind of gave me some advantages. But as I say, for those of you who don't know who I am, because sometimes people don't, I'm Conrad Koch, a ventriloquist. I've got a famous puppet, Chester Missing, everyone saw on TV interviewing politicians.
And of course, Chester Missing has totally overtaken Conrad Koch.
His career is way better than mine. It's very annoying. I've checked into this hotel, I think, under his name. The first time I came here, there was a Barbie doll in the bed so Chester could have a girlfriend. This was very awkward.
Really?
Yes, very strange. Very strange.
Amazing.
Very strange.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going to happen now, Chester? Oh my goodness, this is very exciting.
Yeah, but I mean, he has just taken off.
Yeah, exactly.
And
social media. Chester, you're going to come on. Where are we? We're here with Marianah. Oh, I love it. From BFM. I love it. Get me off the bag. Oh, what's that wrist? Hello, Marianah. Nice to see you, man.
Oh, man, so
Thank
nice
you for talking to me, man.
Here.
It's so nice to have me on your show. This guy, he rides in my career. He doesn't always take me out. So it's an honor. It's an honor to be here.
That's why I couldn't understand why he was keeping you in the bag.
Because he's trying to steal from the limelight, quite honestly. You know I'm the star, don't you?
So it's kind of hard work putting him in the limelight.
Yes, I know. He's stealing from my career.
Your head is too big or something.
My head is enormous.
It's
absolutely, it's the size of the politicians.
They don't see his little head.
No, they can't.
Yeah,
they
it's
can't.
a good thing.
I'll tell you, they don't see your little head. Oh, man, you're going down. I love it, Marianah. And you're wearing a lot of jewelry. Don't let Julius Malema see your fingers, or he'll nationalize your hands.
Unfortunately, they are all just glow.
I'm going to steal them anyway. They're not going to know on Gumtree. I'll just sell them.
You won't get much. I only have this one that comes from Egypt.
Oh, that's nice.
And that's the only valuable one, I think, but I don't even know how valuable. I've had it for many years.
It's very nice. I like it a lot.
My one surrogate daughter was born in Egypt, and she brought it for me. Yes, wonderful. But anyway, that's what we hear about, because now look, you've been to Makanda, you've won your 2023 Standard Bank Ovation Award.
All my hard work. My hard work.
All your hard work, Chester.
Thank you, Marianah. Thank you.
Totally. I was so impressed by the Makanda Festival, which I'm sure you enjoyed.
It was so wonderful. It's so great to do Makanda again. It has been years, and it's so nice. I was there, and there was just donkeys and potholes and people enjoying shows. I think there was a show in a pothole, or they call it a pothole. They call it the Mon in the Dosage. It was wonderful to do Makanda again. The festival was so fun.
I saw what Conrad did. He put you there next to the pothole.
He did this morning in East London. But that's not the worst thing he does. Do you know where his hand is, Marianah? Oh my gosh!
Oh no, let's not go there.
It's like I got a proctologist who tells jokes.
Never mind. Let us just talk. So you've had your whole trip. East London, PE Kaberga.
For the next few weeks, we're going to Sagefield, to Oudtshoorn. No, Selda and Sagefield, so we added a second show to George, to back to St. Francis Bay.
So you'll have been there because when we air, it will be early August.
Oh, wow. So then I can tell them, then I'll still be doing early August, I'll still be doing Durban, Pretoria, Joburg, and some Cape Town venues. That's great. Wow. I'm excited.
That is very excitable because, I mean, it's just what is next.
Yeah, no, it's so fun to tour a fun show because you get to see all parts of the country. You've got to see our fans.
So you've got to go back to Cape Town.
Well, I live in Cape Town.
Oh, that's what I thought.
I live in Joburg.
You live in Joburg.
Oh, it's very complicated.
So you actually don't want to live together.
No. Do you understand what he does to me, Marianah? He's riding on my career. I'm the one who writes the jokes and makes all that funny, and he just sits there.
He sits and he just holds you.
He does.
And I know it's a very uncomfortable
It is.
because of where his hand is.
Exactly. You understand what I mean.
Totally.
I feel like I need an Imodium.
Totally understand. And I want to say that I would also make that separation, just even if it's for a day.
Yes.
Just to be rid of that hand.
But if he takes his hand out, you know what that makes me, Marianah? Do you understand what that leaves me? Speechless. Oh.
Speechless and perhaps next to a pothole.
Yes, just like that. Just like that, like a politician without a good, just nothing.
Look at that.
Yeah,
that's what
nothing.
he does.
Absolutely nothing.
Doesn't do
He doesn't care. He laid me on a road in East London next to a pothole. Well, I think it was a pothole in Eastern Cape that could have been a stadium. You never know these days. I saw a field and I thought, that looks like the stadium that they made that I don't know.
And it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It was just a pothole.
Because they say big.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's massive. Yeah. I thought, Mike, is that a pothole or Koch?
What they should actually do is they should now fill it with earth and plant some flowers.
That's a good idea.
In them. And then the people can know that they must go this way around.
Gardening in the road. No, I think that's a start of a sustainable community. Millies.
That heap of nothing.
The heap of nothing.
Yeah.
Is that another Koch joke?
Awful. But now your show that you did at Makanda, it went down so well.
It did, yes.
So tell me a little bit about that.
It's called baggage. It's called Daggage. That's its name. Because I live in baggage. I live in a suitcase. So I call it a suitcase in Cape Town.
Yeah.
It's a 2-bedroom flat. So the show is just really fun. If you don't have to know politics, a lot of people think that when they come to our shows, you have to know exactly what happened in politics this week. This show is not like that. There's some fun load-shedding jokes, some tala jokes, and then it's just a lot of silliness about, I went to an all-boys school in Cape Town, got bullied a bit, and just about lightheartedly thinking about that stuff and
sharing,
getting over, just personal experiences and having some fun. There's other characters as well. There's other people in the show. There's my friend Hilton, who's an ostrich, who's actually an ex-Vegas performer who is really fun, and he's got a relationship with the ice. And then there's Mr. Dixon, the high school teacher, Onderwyser, he's
Oni.
Yeah, and Oni, yes, exactly. He's very strict, very nice, very funny. He tells jokes to the audience, and they love that. I can share one of these jokes. Do you think you'll mind? He won't mind. Okay, here's a Mr. Dixon joke. Okay, this is a good. What do accountants sleep in? What do accountants sleep in? Spreadsheets. Thank you. Spreadsheets. Sorry, that's a ventriloquist trying to say straight.
Spreadsheets.
Yes, he's a ventriloquist. Spreadsheets.
You
see the P, you can't make that sound. So you got to go fast and hope they get what the word was.
But also, you remember, I'm a busy blonde granny, so it's okay if I don't get it the first time.
That's fine. Yes, I never got it either.
Who wants spreadsheets when you go to bed?
Yes, exactly.
Truly.
Well, accountants.
You're not an accountant.
I get it from the Excel store.
What do you want to do with spreadsheets? No.
Sleep.
Should have been a onesie there or something.
A onesie. No, that's not an accounting term, so then it's not a joke anymore, but it's good advice.
No, but then it can take off from being an accountant.
We'll try onesie next week.
Yeah. And tell the accountant he is now on leave. They're so obsessed about their jobs.
What, accountants?
Accountants, yeah.
Did you know how you say goodbye to an accountant?
How?
Calculator. Oh! Oh! Thank you.
So listen, I really enjoyed you in Makanda.
It was really fun. So the show is very engaging. It's audience interactive. We had a lot of schools come through. It is aimed at adults, so I put PG-16 just to be safe. it's not super onbeskof, but it's just in order to have a little bit of leeway. Because it's
Just a
about
little
personal
naughty.
stuff.
Yeah.
A little bit naughty in a way. They kind of Mr. Dixon tells like one rude joke that came from the teacher's room. And he really whispers it to the audience because he's like, okay, Leicester, this one's a bit onbeskof and no aunties, cover your ears, here comes the joke. So it's aimed at sort of teens and up. A really fun show for the whole family. It's such a fun craft. Yeah, thank you. You're going to go. No, I'm sitting here. Well, because puppets, you can't talk about me while I'm here. That's offensive. It's like saying puppet in front of the Ramaphosa. He gets offended.
True. Sorry.
Or in front of the radio
Chester.
journalist.
Sorry, Chester.
It's fine. It's fine. But it's fun because puppets is, everyone can relate to them. So unlike stand-up comedy where you're just watching someone on stage, this is the same thing. You've got jokes that are made out of latex.
And what I love about you, Chester, is that you never, ever change. I don't see any lines on your face.
No, I'm literally...
or around your eyes. I'm so jealous.
I know. It's
so
the Botox.
jealous.
I've been Botoxing. I'm basically made out of Botox.
And I just love that look, that nice, smooth look, not one wrinkle.
You clearly haven't seen me smile.
Oh, well, that's nothing. That's a kind of a... Then I know.
That's a politician
Then
saying yes.
I'll just hug you. And
thank you. Wow, that got romantic fast. I'm getting a hug from the radio personality. That's very exciting.
Absolutely.
I'll be your BAEFN.
And we can do that often behind the scenes.
Who's your daddy? Wow. Oh my goodness, this got really weird. Off the hug oven glove.
It's going to be lekker.
I'm made out of latex. It's very inappropriate.
Wait, let me get off this show.
Yes, let's get off the show.
Yes. You're just Conrad, you must go sleep.
Yes, good. Because his surname is Koch, and we can't have the Koch there.
Koch.
You're going in your bag. No, you can't. What are you doing? You got to go. No, help, Marianah. No, help.
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 I'll be with you soon.
Help, Marianah. No, you can't.
Don't worry, Chester.
No. I'm so sorry.
Chester, I'll be there soon.
You say that. But Barbie doll also said that.
Listen, Conrad. Nie Conrad, nie?
No, it's English, yeah.
And it's Koch with a K.
Yeah.
Conrad.
There's other
Conrad
Koch with
with a C.
Koch with a K.
And Koch with a K. It's kind of confusing.
It is.
But anyway, when did this performing thing begin for Conrad Koch? I mean, obviously Chester wasn't always in your life.
No, since I was born. No, I'm joking. You was there. Hey, man! As I came out, you've arrived! No, in Cape Town there's a place called the College of Magic where you go to kind of learn magic tricks on the weekend. It's a really fun way to kind of get confidence.
Yeah, because you've got to go to school to get a real job. Your parents tell you that all the time.
All the time, yes. And my parents are kind of odd. My mom was a lawyer. My dad's an actuary who's also a lawyer. So they had like weird angles and things. And they just didn't do normal kind of career.
But you have to get a real job to generate income.
Well, they didn't.
And you're not going to do it with showbiz and magic. They don't think so.
Well, my parents, because I talk about this kind of privilege in the show, in that my parents were very aware, particularly my dad, was very aware of that. We act like if you go become a lawyer, you will then have a job in a law firm. But that, in this day and age, is actually not true. The environment is being invented continuously. So we always have to reinvent it all the time. So the idea that if you go become an accountant, you immediately got an accounting job. There are plenty of broke accountants.
Not anymore.
What I'm doing is, of course, riskier than, I'm going to go to the bank.
So did you study?
Yes.
But
I studied something completely even more useless than being a ventriloquist. I studied social anthropology. Anthropologists, like, what do you say to an anthropologist 10 years after graduating?
Tell me.
Burger and chips, please. Because, it's a weird kind of job. They do apply to kind of the advertising industry, marketing, because we understand how society works. Social sciences, academia. So there are jobs you can get there, and I've got a master's degree, and so I could if I wanted to. But it's much more interesting being someone who talks about the world we live in.
Yes.
And anthropology, which is the study of society, basically. Why is Port Elizabeth also called Kabeja? And why do some people call it Kabeja, but everyone who lives in Port Elizabeth calls it Port Elizabeth? Like, literally everyone.
It's still PE.
PE.
It's so easy.
We're so easy, of all races. So it's sort of a weird tension. So anthropologists would kind of play with that and investigate that. Because I'm a satirist or a comedian, so I mock it a bit, but in a way that sort of gets us to think about it.
Yes, it does.
So when it comes to, would you do this as a job? Is my parents never had that view that you have to be this to get a job, because my dad is an actuary and a lawyer. He studied both at the same time. So And he's like, this was a weird, getting this to work for me was a weird path. I didn't just end up getting a job. So what you do is probably not going to be a clear path either. And so that's kind of why.
But they were supportive.
Well, I was very lucky in that way. There's a lot of privilege to go with that. Yeah.
But you didn't wake up one morning and say, I want to be a ventriloquist, because you don't know that when you're 2 years old and 3 years old.
Well, it's a weird kind of job in that, it's kind of like do a kindergarten activity. Like when you send your kids to go play with their dolls, I just kept doing that. But when I was like a little kid, like 10, I loved ventriloquists. And a lot of kids do love ventriloquists because it's like this really fun thing. It's puppets. It's
old
funny.
People love them.
Everyone loves it. But a kid would you're going to become a fireman. And who actually becomes a fireman? And become an astronaut. It kind of lives in that realm of jobs. No one plans when they're 8 to be an IT guy. That doesn't happen. But a ventriloquist, when you're 8, you could well plan to do that. So with me, I just end up in a path where I got good at it. And then I got more good at it. And then I studied, but I realized this was an income stream. There was work coming in. And so it kind of just happened.
Totally possibility
so I've never had a job.
To generate income. And especially if you stay on your own, because then you don't have to divide an income. And you do your own sound and so on. I know that it must have developed while you were studying your anthropology. This must have developed on the side, and then it took over.
It did, yes. But anthropology was always, I studied psych and anthropology. I was going to become a drama therapist, so I was going to study psychology. Anthropology was a side subject, and I enjoyed it so much and interested in me so much, and it felt kind of relevant. But I never imagined getting a job as an anthropologist. So it's sort of really, the ventriloquism was always there as like a thing that just seems like where this is going. Mm-hmm. And because there wasn't comedy pre-94, of course, in any real kind of way, because of you couldn't say anything.
Everywhere.
In jail. So then afterwards, comedy took off. All of us sort of the new wave sort of comedians, we started having late night news, the TV shows. And so suddenly it became obvious this could be a job.
And people liked to attend because they liked to be relief of all the stress and the tension and the healing. It's in the arts. Whether it is watching a Chester Williams.
Missing. Williams director. Yeah.
Why am I keep on saying Williams?
Everyone does that.
Don't do they?
Yeah, well, there's only two famous South African Chesters. And the other famous Chester is the guy from Lincoln Park.
Yeah, but this is Chester missing, and he's everything but missing. He's here with us, and Conrad Koch, the stand-up comedian, and we all want that lightness and that relief and that comic relief.
Absolutely.
And therein lies the healing. And of course, for me, my mandate is to put you in the spotlight. So I want to know now in August and going further, where are we going?
The best way for people who are listening to keep track of what's available and to consume our content, because Chester is a big content creator. So we put out a lot of material on all the platforms. So if you want to know what's going on, I absolutely suggest go to TikTok. If you want funny, fast videos, if you like South African politics more, I'd say go to Chester's Facebook page. His Instagram is kind of a mix between TikTok and Facebook. Twitter's a bit more words, whatever happened today, and there's new one, Threads. So we're everywhere, and that's where you can find out what's going on. We're touring the whole country. This is going to Joburg from 13th to 17th of September at Monte Cassino at Peter Turin's Theatre there. It's going to Durban on the 5th of August. It's going to Pretoria on the 11th and 12th of August. It's going to Howick on the 4th of August. It's going to Soweto.
Please, will you put it on Facebook so I can see?
I've been putting it on Facebook several times. I'll put it again. There's a one page.
So I can say to the older people, please go to Facebook. You'll see what they're doing and where they are and where they're going.
But if they follow, what will happen is I'm going to do a show each year. So next year I'll be back in Gqeberha and Makanda with a new show. There's some really
and
fun
that's the pattern that it will follow. Exactly. But for now, we can actually tell everyone who's perhaps out there away from Gqeberha or PE. We say GQ now. Just to be funny, GQ Magazine. And PE. We have to say goodbye now.
Thank you.
So I just want everybody to take note, watch this space, because I will announce close to our area, but even further away, because people read my Facebook in Joburg and in Cape Town and everywhere. And I want to just wish you everything of the best.
Thank you, Marianah.
Blessings for you and blessings for you, Chester.
Thank you. Why did I have to go back in that bag? I want answers. I want the Special Investigation Unit to check this NPA. I want them to investigate. Why, Marianah? Why was I put into this?
All I can say, that's not my department.
Oh, that's what they say in Home Affairs as well. It's not my department.
No, but truly, you've checked me out. It's not my department. I just want to say, now I love you, and I'm going to see you soon when we get rid of him.
Yes,
okay.
And I got to tell you, Marianah, I love the fishing tackle you're wearing on your ears. It looks great. I love it.
Oh,
get yourself a Leothus. Have a great day.
Thanks so much.
Where are you going? No,
love you,
Marianah.
Love you. Never mind, skinny one. Love you.
Love you too.
Thank you so much. I am absolutely thrilled about what you do, what you're going to do.
Thank you very much.
High five. And now I must say, Marianah Lourens and Art and Entertainment. Goodbye. Ja, groete van my, Marianah Lourens en Kuns en Vermaak. Arrivederci.